Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the newly released Passimian in the Open Ultra League. This Pokemon is currently only available for the Open Ultra League for myself right now, because you can only get it from raids and raid where it's above 1500 CP, but I'm fairly certain we're also going to have quest for this upcoming event where you're going to be able to encounter this Pokemon, as far as I know at least. So if you want to see another video for Passimian in the Great League, then leave a like, but also, of course, just leave a like in general. But yeah, we're going to take a look today at this Pokemon here. I used a lot of rare candy in order to build this Pokemon, which is, honestly, if you look at PvPoke, it's actually not that badly ranked. It's just like ranked 100 or something for the Ultra League, so it's not that bad. The issue for this Pokemon is it just does not have coverage. It has 3 charge moves that are all based fighting type. I don't know why. I'm fairly certain that this Pokemon actually has some very decent coverage. I feel like it has like something like Gangshot or whatever as well. I'm certain that I used it before in the main series games and that this Pokemon actually learns some better moves. So I'm not really sure why Niantic decided to give this Pokemon literally no other option than fighting type moves in general. So yeah, we're going to run here today Brick Break as well as Close Combat. This is going to allow you to have basically the best combination that you can have here. Brick Break is a 35 energy move, so like with that, the cheapest one that it learns, as well as Close Combat is going to be the one with the highest energy, but also the highest damage output, as you're going to see here right now, as this Potty Wrath is going to get wrecked by it, going to do a ton of damage here, and we can go into our Pidgeot. You're going to see as well that Pidgeot sometimes swaps with the Gliscor. I played Gliscor in the first like 4 games and then swapped over to Pidgeot. Pidgeot is better for sure for this team, but in general it is just a little bit tricky to play with Passimian in the current meta, because you're going to have a ton of Ghost type Pokemon, a ton of Flying type Pokemon. It's just not really the type for it. If you're going to see like any kind of fighting type Pokemon, you kind of want to have coverage, you kind of want to have a secondary charge, or like move in general, or like typing in general, that's going to help you. For Passimian, this is just not the case. Next opponent, we're going to have a great lead, but we're going to have a what's called here Dragonite coming in here. What are we supposed to do here? We're going to be able to go into our Pidgeot. I still definitely have to build a new one, because my one just doesn't do the work. I hate using Pidgeot, to be fair, just because I think my EV's just making a little bit too squishy. I just need to have like a best buddied 100% one. I have a 100% one laying around, but I just don't have the energy. Now, of course, my opponent going to snipe me here with the 1 HP, where I would have been able to get to another move. So that's kind of sad. Yeah, for example, I'm looking here right now at Passimian. What it also would be able to learn for the future might be interesting as well. It would learn Shadow Ball, it would learn Earthquake, it would learn Rock Tomb, it would learn Aerial Ace, it would learn Energy Ball, Acrobatics, Payback, Rock Slide, Grass Knot. Honestly, like, I don't know why Niantic is so obsessed with giving this Pokemon just fighting type moves. Like, why? Like, honestly, like, why? Like, where's the reasoning for that? Just give this Pokemon something like Rock Slide. Rock Slide would already help this Pokemon out quite a bit. Then you would run most likely Super Power on Rock Slide. Like this, we're going to now see that actually we will be able to still get to a close combat against this Charizard here and get the shield from the opponent. But it is not looking too good. No, it's definitely very nicely looking here, as we will be able to I would have been even able to survive this move here, but I can go ahead and go for the payback. Is this going to knock out the opponent's Charizard, and we will be able to win this game here right now. But again, this Pokemon would actually have a lot of potential if it gets a move upgrade, because it's actually a fairly decently bulky fighting type Pokemon. It feels like this, at least. I feel like it's mostly like the same as Machamp, but you just used to have Shadow Machamp. But yeah, here we're going to encounter Cresselia. This Cresselia is running Future Sight. I just don't like when Cresselia is running Future Sight against me, because this is just going to allow them to two-shot me, which is kind of wild. Cresselia is honestly, it's one of the few Pokemon where you can run basically any kind of charge move there. Okay, not really any kind of charge move, but either the Future Sight or the Grass Knot, and you're going to be fine, or even the Moonblast you can even skip for it. I'm fairly certain this is just a non-legacy one. And here, I actually was not thinking that this was a Moonblast, not a Moonblast, a Future Sight already. I thought it was just a Grass Knot, but they actually are running Grass Knot as well. So, honestly, very wild moveset from the opponent. They're not running Moonblast, just Future Sight and Grass Knot. Kind of interesting, because they get completely hardwalled by something like an Obstagoon here, for example. But we're going to be able to see a full farm down here by Passimian. We can go ahead and go for another charge move. Going to be able to get out the brick break here. Going to get the shield from the opponent as we're going to be able to use our own shield. And Passimian is going to town right now as he can go ahead and go for 2 close combats against the opponent here. Going to get the first shield, going to get the knockout now with the second one. And actually, so far the start is looking not even that bad with Passimian. So good job there, Passimian. Let's take a look at the next game. We're going to see a Charizard in the lead. What am I going to do here? We're going to still have the Gliscor in the back at this point of time, as we're going to get hard-walled completely with the Virizion here. I already cut out around like 2 or 3 hard-walled games where I just forfeit after 30 seconds because like there was no reason for me to play on if I get a like Ghost type lead and then something like a Cobalion as a Say-Sop onto me. Like, it just doesn't really make too much sense to play on then if you're going to get completely hardwalled the entire time anyway. Yeah, honestly, I cannot really recommend you to build this Pokemon at the current point of time. For sure not. This Pokemon is not better than anything else. It's just a fun Pokemon to use right now. And we're just going to have some fun here today again. But it is not the one that you're going to really want to build. Like, it really needs to get some kind of boost for the future. There are a lot of moves that this Pokemon can learn, so I'm still kind of confused why Niantic decided, okay, we're gonna go for a triple moveset here with just fighting type moves. It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, we're going to encounter here right now the Charizard, where we're going to have to let this move go through, try to go for a move. But yeah, honestly, there was literally 0 chance of us winning this game. There is nothing we can do. So I'm going to go for the shield here just because maybe I can get some shields from the opponent with my brick breaks here, as they're going to actually shield this move up, which is kind of funny. We do some pretty decent damage here, but we're actually going to lose CMP against a Charizard. So we're bulkier than a Charizard, which is kind of good to know. But we can now move on to the next game, where we're going to encounter, of course, another horrible lead here with Galvantula, literally core breaking me. And of course, I'm going to encounter the Galvantula mainly when I have no Gliscor in the back anymore. So yeah, this charge coming through, going to do a ton of damage, but I can retaliate with a close combat here right now, which is going to get shielded. I can swap out into the dub wall, but they can, of course, outspeed me here and can go for lunge, and that's going to destroy my attack stat. For the remainders, you're gonna get walled by a Mandibuzz now, because Mandibuzz doesn't take too much damage anyway. And if I'm debuffed already, it doesn't matter anyway either. So, honestly, not looking too good. Again, kind of hard walled like the game before already. And this kind of happened quite often with me. I just completely got stuck in a lot of scenarios where there was no way of winning this game. Like, there was literally nothing I could have done. Here, of course, debuffed body stamps are just not doing any damage against the opponent's Mandibuzz. We will be able to take this aerial ace from the opponent, but I can swap out now into the Pidgeot. And this, honestly, is like literally a perfect example of an episode. I'm gonna test out Passimian so you don't have to, because like you definitely don't want to showcase this Pokemon, use this Pokemon. Not right now at least. Keep this around though, because it definitely has some potential for the future if you're gonna see some move updates for this. Didn't it actually even have like some kind of special ability or some stuff? I don't think it actually had a special move, but I think it has like a special ability that I think like Receiver or some stuff. But yeah, definitely an interesting Pokemon. But yeah, we're going to see right now, they're going to go ahead, go for the lunge, and there is not a lot that I can do here anymore with my Pidgeot. I'm forced to go for a Feather Dance. I'm forced to hope that I can farm down whatever is in the back, and I have to hope that there's something that just dies to a Brave Bird. But of course, the opponent's Pokemon still has a move start here right now. And this is going to be it. This is going to be it for this game here, and we will see that we're gonna lose this one here. As we're going to now encounter the next opponent, another Galvantula, because why not? This time around, at least we're going to have our Gliscor in the back. And yeah, this is going to be definitely something that is a little bit better for this matchup, but still, it's a little bit tricky. But honestly, playing with this team here and playing with this Pokemon really makes me show that I am super happy that the Ultra League is gone right now. I'm just not going to be the fan of the meta. Is it actually the same dude as we battled before? It's not the same gameplay for sure, but I'm fairly certain this is just the same exact dude that we just got hardwalled by the game prior. If this is actually the case, it's kind of wild. Let me actually check my game files real quick as well at the side and see if it's actually the exact same dude that just hardwalled me back to back. Let me see. It is actually, I don't think it actually is. I think it's just random dudes that run the exact same team here, which is also wild. So, nice there. We're going to encounter another core of the Galvantula, as well as the Mandibuzz, and a very bulky Pokemon in the back there as well. If you have 2 XL Pokemon, you have to have a triple XL team here with the Jellicent in the back. Of course, coming through here, not going to be the best matchup for the Gliscor. I mean, yes, I got completely walled for most of the games that I had to play with this team, but also, of course, it is very difficult to build a balanced team around a pure fighting type in the current meta with basically zero coverage on this flying type. Like, yeah, fighting type here. As you're going to see, we can go for a brick break, they're going to call it. I can go for another charge move, we are going to be another brick break, they're going to call it. And there is nothing that I can really do here. The only thing that I can call is a day here right now, because I can't try to farm them all the way down. They're going to go down here right now, and I'm forced to actually go for an Earthquake here. I should have went for the Earthquake, and I think I still maybe had a chance of winning this game, but like this, the opponent's still going to be able to win this game against me, and there is nothing I can do about this. Glyce's going to go down, and we can move on into the final game of today's video. If you enjoyed this pain from me getting hardwalled the entire time here, as you're going to encounter our favorite friend, the Jealous, in the back here, then please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. There are going to be crazy teams coming up, by the way. I did my battles prior, five sets basically prior, before I played this team here right now. And I actually went on a 19-6 win streak in general, like with 2 different teams, 19-6 run, which is really nice. So I climbed a lot of rating before, so definitely stay tuned for those videos. Here we're going to be able to go for the body slam. And we will see right now that we can even get to another body slam afterwards. Or do we? No, they can still get to the Earthquake. And of course, now we're going to try to counter them down as they can move on into our Patriot. They're going to most likely go into their Jealous here again. I can try to shield up maybe the first surf coming through as they're going to outspeed me. But as you're going to see right now, this surf is not the only one that's coming through. They're going to have another surf here right now. And they're going to hit me here with a full damage output there. But I can try to go for the Feather Dance against the opponent. Maybe that's going to help. Let's find out together. It definitely does not, because they're going to outspam me here just with the next surf. And we will see right now that they're going to swap out into a Weezing. I'm honestly not sure why they didn't do this before, because at this point of time, like, where is Passimian gonna go? Is it gonna go against a Ghost type, or is it gonna go against a Poison and Fairy type Pokemon? It's gonna go home, because it's going to be it for today's video. I hope you still enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Click on the video that you see on the screen, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.